Namaskara. This is Srinivasa Madanali. I'm going to continue my talk on Bangalore's growth, fame, and problems. Who contributed what? Let me just sorry, 1 second. I need to share my screen. So I talked about it for half an hour earlier. I just want to continue the discussion. In the earlier part one of the video, I talked about the big picture about Bangalore, and then the bit of history of Bangalore, and then what is really bothering now, why I'm talking about this one. So as I said earlier in the earlier video, so it's an election and politics time. So blame games around for some of the major issues in Bangalore, especially the water problem now. And there is general election coming, right? So the parliamentary election is just few days away. So I just talked about many things, so about the big picture about Bangalore, about it's a city of 1.4 crore people, and so core area of Bangalore BBMP it's about 741 square kilometer, and the metro area is about 8,000 square kilometers, right? So I talked about the population growth, the diversity, and then the GDP of this city, and also the the little bit of history about Bangalore. So it started the Bangalore evolved from a small village to a planned city under Kempegowda Senior or Kempegowda One, and then it grew, and then so it became part of Bijapur Adil Shahis. Shahaji, one of the governors of Bijapur Adil Shahis, captured Bangalore from Kempegowda III, and Shahaji was the father of Shivaji. And Mughals captured Bangalore from Bijapur Adil Shahis, and they sold it to Wadairs. And Hyderabad, then 1850s and 50s, it was Hyderabad and Tipu ruled Mysore province, and then later on it became part of Wadairs again and under British control, right? So anyway, so we talked about all these things, and it has become the IT capital of the country, and also the startup hub of the capital of the India as well, right? So let's quickly, we talked about. Obviously, it has a lot of issues, and we briefly talked about it, and then so also talked about the various public sector institutions or companies that were established in Bangalore, and majority of them were established from 50s to 90s. So they have played a critical role in making Bangalore as the tech, science and tech capital of the country, and leading to IT capital and then the startup capital of the country, right? And then so also talked about the good planned areas of Bangalore when they came up, and then so we also talked about major reputed or institution of eminence, so and the educational research institute set up by central government. Okay, so again, these have been majority of these major very reputed institutes have been set up. Research and educational research were set up from 1950 onwards, and the Indian Institute of Science was established in 1909, but it was significantly enhanced, strengthened after independence. We talked about the road infrastructure a bit. The outer ring road, how it has enabled $22 billion of economic activity in Bangalore. Then 3 elevated roads in 3 directions, Tumpur Road, and then the Ballari Road, or the new airport road, and then Electronic City or Vasur Road. We also have another elevated road that was completed in early 2000s, so from Shirsi Circle to Town Hall Circle. We talked about a metro, which has about 75 kilometers of operational length now, and carries about 5 to 6 lakhs of passengers every single day. It was started in 2006 construction, and it has been operational since 2011. Right. So BMTC, it carries about 50 lakh population, 7,000 buses, And so again, it has evolved over period, one of the best in the country, right? And then we talked about the greening of the city, making it more livable and more eco-friendly. So the folk kind of greening was, I mean, the greening of Bangalore started from from Lal Bagh, which was set up by Hyder Ali in 1800s, 1850s, and strengthened further by his son Tipu. And then during colonial era we had the Kaban Park, and various parks have been added during later period of the growth of the Bangalore, right? And significant greening emphasis was given during 1980s and 90s. Then we talked about the water supply challenges, and then some successes. So essentially BWSSB able to at least provide 50-60% of the water needs in the core areas of the Bangalore, but they're struggling to give water to the peripheries. Hopefully in another 6 months to 1 year they will be able to give some relief. We talked about the major highways connecting, the Bangalore to the other cities. Bangalore Mysore Highway, which was 2-lane, and it was 4-lane in 2003-5, and then increased to 10-lane highway recently. It was opened last year, right? So and then Bangalore Hassan National Highway, again it was for 6-lane highway. I mean, some stretches 6 lanes, some line it's 4-lane, but the land is there for 6-lane and 10-lane expressway, right? So it was completed sometime in 2000s, around 2010. And we have the Bangalore Chennai, which was part of the Golden Quadrilateral, and then it was originally 4-lane, and now it has expanded to 6+ lanes. So Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Madurai, Kanyakumari road. So now it is a fully 4-lane road, many stretches of 4, 6, and 10-lane highways, right? So there were other highways were initiated by NHAI, so the Hoskote, Devanhalli, Dodballapura, Dabaspete highway. But so it was started in UPA 2 during sometime in around 2010, but is getting completed only now. So Bangalore, now I want to focus a little bit on the Bangalore International Airport. So it was the demand for new international airports started sometime in late 90s, mid to late 90s. But there was a lot of discussion where to establish it, etc. Finally, it was zeroed in Devanhalli, and so the construction started in 2005, and it started operating in 2008. Okay? So again, you can think of who was in power during that period. Of course, the planning phase was there even before that, but in the actual construction started in 2005, right? So it's a joint venture of private companies and the state government and central government. So uh, during that time, Congress government was there in state as well as in the center, right? And so it has become the third busiest airport in the country with 37 million passengers per year, and currently it has 2 runways and 2 terminals. So the latest terminal was opened by Modi ji, thanks to all the hype given to it. But anyway, so right now it's a separate company. The role of government is extremely limited in any of this terminal expansion, other than giving some permissions, right? Earlier it was when it was established in 2005. Yes, it is a big deal. A lot of land acquisition had to be done. 4,000 acre land was acquired and given to Kempegoda International Airport Limited, right? Anyway, so now it's just building airport alone is not sufficient. So the NHAI added elevated road from Hebal to Yelahanka, 6-lane world-class elevated road, and then and then it is a 6-lane plus 4-lane service road from Yelahanka to airport. Okay, so this has significantly eased the traffic. Now there is metro construction is also going on there. Okay, and the 2 more roads have been added, but they're not of great quality. Unfortunately, they've been going on for too long, but nothing to be proud of about them. Nothing to proud, nothing to be proud, nothing to feel proud about. Sorry for my English, not great. Great in English. I grew up in a village, and so I studied in Kannada medium. Sometimes I struggle with the wordings. Okay, IT revolution. This is Bangalore now. It's associated with IT startup, right? It has become the IT hub or IT capital of India, and also the IT It's also called Silicon Valley of India, right? It's not only known in India, but it's also one of the known cities globally, right? So as of last year, we had about $60+ billion of revenue, 40+ billions of exports from Bangalore alone, right? And then the near 2000 plus companies are there, employing about 1 million directly, and these are really high quality, high paying jobs. So no other industry employs such high paying jobs. Okay? And then indirectly, it employs 3 million people, right? And probably Bangalore contributes about a third of state's GDP, directly. This IT revolution did not start in the last 10 years or 20 years, right? It goes back to 1978 in Karnataka, but I'll talk about the IT revolution at India level later. It goes back even to 1960s, right? So Electronic City was established in 1978, and it has become the home to hundreds of companies, right? And the Infosys was set up in Pune. Then they moved to Bangalore in 1983. We came to Bangalore in 1980s as Wipro Technologies, and there are hundreds of companies that come later, right? Electronic City, as I said earlier, so it was established in 1978 by eminent engineer, administrator R.K. Baliga. It was established in 1978 as part of Kionix, and Kionix is a government electronics company. It's of the government of Karnataka, and there are 200 plus companies operating in its area. So then, so just to give a little bit of context, again, IT revolution did not start in the last 10 years or 20 years or anything. So it has been going on for last 5-6 decades. It started in 1960s. There's a Baba committee report to enable the IT services industries, where it goes back to mid 1960s, right? So TCS was established in 1967. TCS has a huge presence in Bangalore. Okay, various tech parks have come up in Bangalore, and one of the major ones is the ITPL, or which became ITPB, IT Technology Park Bangalore. So it was established in it was conceived in 90s, early 90s, and was completed in late 90s, and hundreds of companies are operating. It's a huge campus there. Okay, there are other institutions, other public sector institution which kind of help to create the ecosystem for the IT and telecom revolution. Right? So we have CDOT actually, which was established earlier in 1984, and then CDAT. CDOT is Center for Development of Telematics. So it help to improve the telecommunications, develop indigenous technologies. In fact, it developed a product called Rural Automatic Exchange, which became worldwide, well known worldwide. So it was able to operate in very difficult conditions. It was very rugged in terms of it was able to operate in very dusty environments and high temperatures, etc. And now CDOT has tied up with the TCS to develop and market 5G technologies, 5G products. CDAC was established in 1989 as a kind of need, as a kind of need, as a it was established to build in our own capabilities and our own computers in late 80s. So because we were involved in a lot of research activities in space and defense, and not only research and development activities in space and defense, they are dual use technologies, and US wanted to prevent us from working on this technology for security and security. According to them, it's security reasons, and they blocked a lot of products and technologies for India. So we had to build our own, and we built first supercomputer Param series. In fact, it became one of the fastest supercomputers back then. It enabled a lot of research and development activities of space, in science and technology, particularly space and defense areas. So just want to, with all these things, I just want to show this, who built this iconic Vidhana Soudha. In fact, if you ask anybody to identify Bangalore, probably this is the image that comes into their mind, right? If you, I think this is one of the most beautiful buildings that has been built, public building that has been built in the entire country, right? In the last 100 years or so, right? It looks, in my opinion, better than Parliament building. So I'll come to that in a minute. So this is a granite structure. It is an Indo-Saracenic architecture, Indo-Saracenic plus Neo-Dravidian. It's a granite structure, right? So it looks so much Indian, right? And let's look at the building on the other side. I don't know how many people even recognize the right side building, right? Sorry, if I'm marking it a bit, because there's so much of chest thumping and we are kind of decolonizing everything. So in the last 10 years or so, which is totally untrue, right? So which is more, Indian, the left one or the right one? In fact, I hardly find anything, Indian on the right side. Maybe there's something, few things in the inside that makes it, Indian. But in my opinion, the left side is truly Indian. So you call Bharatiyata or whatever, so there's so much of talk about Bharat, right? So with that, I think, there's so many things have happened over decades. A lot of contributions have come from, various regimes. I think significant part of the development happened in the 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s, right? We don't realize that how much developments have happened over period, right? So this is the ITPL building in Whitefield. This is the Hebbal flyover. So this is the also lake, and you see the Hebbal lake here. So there are many lakes have been developed, though these lakes are centuries old, but they have been enhanced and made kind of beautiful. I mean, they have been beautified and made accessible for public usage, right? And then this is the airport connectivity road. Okay, so you can see that the JP Nagar, sorry, Koramangala evolving into IT hub, startup hub, right? And then you have the dairy circle evolving, and then so you have the first signal free junction in Bangalore. This is the Indira Nagar old airport junction. JP Nagar has evolved as well. JP Nagar came after 1940s, right? 19 feet came up in probably 1950s or early 1960s, right? Gandhi Bazar is more than 100 years old, but it has been evolving since then, right? So all in all, I would like to say that Bangalore has been evolving, and it has transformed itself from a small village before Kempegoda into a planned city, planned town, and later into a major city under Odayars, under Tipu. From Shivaji period, Shahaji Shivaji period, under Adil Shahis, to Mughal period, to Odayar period, and then Hyder Ali Tipu period, and then colonial period, and then post-independent. Right? There's a huge contributions by. There are a lot of contributions by various rulers, administrators, the philanthropists, entrepreneurs, and general public, right? So let's be grateful for all of that. And with that, I would like to say that to everybody that the growth of Bangalore or India, it really did not start in 2014 or not even 2000. That's been happening. Significant part of that started happening after independence. A lot of institutions were established and they've grown into big giant trees, right? And they've given rise to so many other industries, right? Other, like IT industries, various engineering companies, and then startups, which have become unicorns, etc. Right? So with that, thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.